We see the phrase everywhere, on mugs, social media, posters, good vibes only. It sounds uplifting, but beneath the surface, it's a command to hide. It tells us that sadness, anger, and fear aren't welcome. Instead of helping, it locks people out, making them feel like their struggles are a burden. So, we perform. We say, "I'm fine," and retreat, isolating ourselves when we most need connection. This is the first harm of toxic positivity. It severs our ties to others and ourselves. We're bombarded by highlight reels, pressured to match a standard of constant happiness. When reality doesn't measure up, we feel like failures. We start to believe our difficult emotions are weaknesses, not normal responses to life. We police our own feelings, telling ourselves to just be positive when we really need to sit with our sorrow. This internalization is where the real damage begins. The good vibes only mantra becomes an internal tyrant, making us intolerant of our own humanity. We disown the parts of ourselves that are hurting, confused, or lost. We become strangers to our own inner worlds, all in pursuit of an unattainable ideal. The pressure to be relentlessly cheerful is immense, and ultimately, unfulfilling. Our full, complex humanity gets lost in the pursuit of constant happiness. The cost? Disconnection, isolation, and a life that feels less and less like our own. In distress, we reach for comforting phrases. Everything happens for a reason. When one door closes, another opens. These are the foot soldiers of toxic positivity, emotional silencers disguised as wisdom. They don't open conversations, they end them, packaging pain with a bow of false meaning. Often, they're more about easing the speaker's discomfort than helping the person in pain. When you're hurting, being told everything happens for a reason can feel dismissive. It rushes you toward a lesson you're not ready for, invalidating your real present agony. Real comfort isn't about easy answers, it's about presence. It's sitting with someone in the darkness, not flipping on the lights. Platitudes create loneliness, signaling that raw pain isn't welcome. People end up performing resilience for others' comfort, draining energy needed for real healing. The alternative isn't wallowing, it's allowing for complexity. We can believe meaning may come, while also acknowledging that right now, things just hurt. Replace dismissive cliches with honest curiosity. Instead of "look on the bright side," try, "that sounds incredibly hard. How are you doing with it all?" This shift moves us from silencing to supporting. It creates space for the whole truth, not just the tidy positive parts. Hiding our true feelings builds pressure, like water behind a dam. Toxic positivity insists only happiness flows through, trapping pain and grief. That pain doesn't disappear, it stagnates, building pressure until cracks form. The constant performance of happiness is draining. Every interaction becomes a tightrope walk, monitoring words and expressions to hide the truth. This hypervigilance is exhausting, leaving little energy for work, relationships, or self-care. Suppressing emotions has real consequences: chronic tension, headaches, anxiety, and sleeplessness. Our bodies keep the score when we refuse to feel. Ultimately, we disconnect from ourselves, losing trust in our own emotional compass. We struggle to know what we want or need. Life feels hollow, and the painted-on smile becomes a cage. The real pain isn't just what we hide, it's the loneliness of never being seen. Pretending to be okay costs us our authenticity. The mask we wear for others becomes a prison for ourselves. When good vibes only is everywhere, shame takes root. If everyone else seems happy, your struggles feel like personal failures. You start to wonder, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just be happy? Shame convinces you to hide your pain, fearing judgment or rejection. You become your own harshest critic, compounding pain with self-blame. Forced positivity creates a cycle: pain, then shame for feeling pain. Vulnerability feels dangerous, so you stay silent, believing you're alone. This illusion isolates millions, all feeling the same messy emotions. True resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty, it's about moving through it. When we're ashamed of our struggles, we're denied the chance to heal. Slapping a positive sticker on pain doesn't build strength, it builds brittleness. We're left with avoidance, suppression, and lingering shame. There's a powerful alternative to toxic positivity: tragic optimism. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl described it as finding meaning not by ignoring pain, but by moving through it. Tragic optimism faces suffering honestly, seeking purpose within struggle. Frankl saw that survivors weren't the strongest, but those with a sense of meaning, a reason to live. That meaning could be love, work, or a cause, an anchor in hardship. This reframes our relationship with difficult emotions. Instead of asking, "How can I stop feeling this?" we ask, "What is this feeling teaching me?" Pain becomes a teacher, not a tyrant. Tragic optimism isn't about constant happiness, but about a meaningful existence. Meaning is often forged in adversity. Our pain doesn't diminish us, it can deepen us. Even when life is hard, we have the capacity to find our way through. One of our deepest needs is to be seen, especially when we're hurting. True comfort isn't fixing or judging, but simply witnessing someone's pain. It says, "You're not alone, your feelings are valid, I'm here." This act of bearing witness is the antidote to isolation and shame. Think of a time a friend just listened, without offering solutions. The burden felt lighter, not because the problem was solved, but because you weren't carrying it alone. This is the magic of co-regulation. One person's calm presence soothes another's distress. Validation is the key, acknowledging feelings as real and understandable. It's not about condoning every reaction, but recognizing the emotion's legitimacy. Validation gives permission to feel, which is the first step toward healing. When pain is met with empathy, we soften and can respond thoughtfully. Healing begins not when pain disappears, but when we feel safe enough to feel it. We move from reactivity to responsiveness. The need to fight for our right to feel subsides. Being seen in our pain is where true healing starts. In a world obsessed with positivity, our pain can make us feel invisible. We perform happiness while carrying hidden burdens, feeling like ghosts in our own lives. Validation makes us visible again. It's the acknowledgement that our inner reality is real. Validation isn't agreement, it's recognizing someone's feelings as legitimate. You can validate a child's frustration or a friend's anger without agreeing with their perspective. It's saying, "I hear you and I understand you feel this way." This diffuses conflict and builds connection. Self-validation is just as crucial, offering ourselves the same kindness we'd give a friend. Saying, "This is hard and it's okay to feel sad," interrupts the cycle of shame. Practicing validation, for ourselves and others, dismantles emotional invisibility. We create safe spaces for authenticity and build stronger, more resilient relationships. Validation is a simple, profound act, letting people know their feelings matter. Imagine your life as a canvas. Toxic positivity offers only bright colors, but a painting without shadows has no depth. True masterpieces need the full spectrum: sorrow, anxiety, grief, alongside joy. Our lives aren't highlight reels. They're tapestries woven from every color and texture. Denying negative emotions is denying the experiences that create wisdom and character. Authenticity is more valuable than relentless positivity. To be authentic is to show up as you are, not as you think you should be. Vulnerability is the birthplace of connection and belonging. When we're real, we give others permission to do the same. We must honor all the colors on our canvas, including the heavy days. These aren't failures. They're part of the painting. A full life isn't always happy. It's whole. All of it, joyful and painful, belongs. Let this truth settle in. It's okay to not be okay. Heavy hearts and tired spirits are not signs of failure, they're signs of being human. Difficult feelings deserve care, not dismissal. Life isn't just peaks, it's valleys too, where our roots grow deep. Wisdom and resilience come from navigating the whole landscape. On hard days, don't force a smile. Sit in the shade if you need to. Be gentle with yourself. Wrap up, rest, cry if you must. Treat yourself with the tenderness you'd offer a loved one. This is self-compassion, not self-pity. Your worth isn't measured by happiness. You're allowed to be a work in progress, to feel everything. Hard days aren't detours. They're part of the path. And on that path, it's always okay to not be okay.